Very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this exclusive webinar session conducted by Bajaj Finance Limited with industry speakers so as to educate all our investors and viewers about the financial inclusion. We have seen a very good upside in the markets for the consecutive 2 days. We have seen signs of stable government, and with the results of Maharashtra elections, we have seen some kind of upside and the positivity in the investors. And I would say this is the first time when the market fell. We have seen the interest of people rather than booking the profit or exiting the market. They inquired that where to invest. I believe this kind of scenario when it comes, then definitely we need somebody from the industry who can share his valuable thoughts and show with his experience he can guide the investors about the what is the market outlook and what are the upcoming opportunities for the investors to look at to be considered part of their portfolio. And I always say there cannot be any other person much better than Mr. Nilesh Shah. And Nilesh bhai, welcome. Nilesh Bhai is Group President and Managing Director of Kotak Mahindra AMC. Though every time when I interact with you, I always say that you don't need any kind of introduction, but still it's a good feel factor for me to say a few words about you. So Mr. Nilesh Bhai is Managing Director Kotak AMC. He leads his team to the Best Fund House of the Year award to all the mutual funds where he has worked, like Kotak, ICICI Prudential, and Franklin Templeton. Nilesh Bhai is a part-time member of Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. He is a part-time member of Unique Identification Authority of India, which is UIDAI, and he is also a member of Board of Association of Mutual Fund in India and a member of COBOSAC Committee of SEBI, which is nothing else but Corporate Bonds and Securitization Advisory Committee. With this, I will not take much time. I know viewers are already waiting for Mr. Nilesh Shah to share his valuable thoughts. And over to you, Nilesh Bhai. Please share your valuable inputs on the market outlook. Would expect your key messages to the viewers that what exactly they should do in the current scenario. And we also have heard that Kotak is bringing one of the new opportunity in transport and logistics sector. So I would like you to give a brief about that opportunity also for the benefit of investors. Over to you, Nilesh Bhai. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohit Bhai. Very good evening to everyone. If you look at today's market, there are three things which are needed to move the market: flows, sentiment, and fundamentals. Flows and sentiment can move the market in short term, but it is fundamental which moves the market over longer term. Over last 1.5 months, FPIs have been selling Indian equity aggressively. Their overall selling was to the extent of 1,50,000 crore. Amount-wise, it looks larger, but as a percentage of their trillion-dollar holding, it was less than 0.15 basis point. Their selling was not driven with a view to go to China, but with a view to go to US. The reason FPIs decided to sell aggressively was that under President Trump, US was going to announce tax cuts. If tax rates are cut, EPS goes up and so does share price. Rupee was vulnerable as dollar was becoming stronger, and maybe Indian markets were looking highly valued and some small correction was feasible. It was a trade of 10% US market moving up, 10% Indian market coming down, and 2-3% rupee depreciating. Net leaving India and going into America would have earned you 25 to 30% return roughly. Put together, we saw FPI selling of about $15 billion. And now we believe that selling is coming to an end. The trade has played out. Indian markets have corrected. Rupee has depreciated. American markets are up. Now, that trade is no longer as exciting as it was 1.5 months back. It will be fair to say that in a market where FPIs are sellers aggressively, prices will continue to come down. And in a market where FPIs are neither buyer nor seller, markets will bottom out and start moving up gradually. And in a market where FPIs are buyers, prices will rise significantly. There will be disproportionate impact of FPI buying on market than FPI selling. If they come to sell, there are domestic investors willing to buy them out at a price. But if they come to buy, who will supply them other than Indian promoters? Hence, we believe, number one, there will be disproportionate impact of FPI buying on prices than FPI selling. We believe domestic flows will continue. Investors are fairly matured. People like Mohit Bhai are doing wonderful job in hand-holding customers. And generally, by and large, investors are looking to invest for long term. So from a flow point of view, it will be fair to summarize. At lower level, domestic investors will be aggressive buyers. FPIs may turn buyers. And at a higher level, FPIs may turn seller. Net at this level of market, we believe flows are supportive of market. Sellers will be less intense, buyers will be more aggressive. The second thing is sentiment. If there is a nuclear war between Russia and Ukraine, global investment sentiments will get impacted. If there is escalation in Israel, Middle Eastern war, sentiments will get impacted. If there was worry about, let's say, our monsoon, our consumption, our government stability, sentiments will get impacted. Fortunately for us today, most of the factors are positive towards sentiment. If at all, correction in Indian market has made those sentiments even more favorable, as people see India as a long-term growth story. From a flow as well as sentiment point of view, India looks better poised. Most important thing is fundamental. Without fundamental, markets cannot move sustainably. The September quarter results came little bit below expectation. Against minus 1.6% actual delivery of profit, market's expectation was higher at 2%. The gap is about minus 3.6%, not very significant. Despite subdued September quarter, Nifty EPS for first half is about 550 rupees. Next half, it is expected to be another 500 rupee. We believe Nifty numbers will be higher than street expectation of 1050, as second half of FY25 will be better. First half had Shraddh period, rains, monsoon, and slow government spending. Second half will have festivals from Navratri, Durga Puja, Dashera, Diwali to Christmas. We know people do spend out money during festival. Second, there is wedding season right now going on. About 48 lakh wedding, resulting into a spend of 6 lakh crore, is likely to happen in India over next couple of weeks. And finally, there is government spending. April to July, there was election, so government couldn't spend much. And the first half, government spending was about 69,000 crore a month. If they have to achieve budgeted capex estimate of 11,11,111 crore, then they have no option but to increase spending from 69,000 crore to 1,16,000 crore.
Hmm.
We believe between festival, wedding, and government spending and absence of Shraddh period, second half economic recovery will be better than the first half. Put together, your fundamentals are reasonably good, your flows will remain strong, and sentiments towards India is by and large positive. No wonder markets bottomed out on Friday and started moving up as people believe Maharashtra election results will empower government to carry out reform process. What is most important is to set right expectations for future. Last 5 years, broad market return was 18.5%. Small and mid caps were about 27%. It will be fair to assume that over next 5 years, that kind of return is unexpected. You will have to moderate return expectations significantly as we are investing in fairly valued market. This moderation in return expectation is the most important thing. Second, this is market where reasonable valuation across sectors will deliver better return than expensive valuation. IT, pharma, FMCG, telecom, auto, cement, this kind of companies and sectors should deliver market outperformance. Capital goods, infrastructure, defense, railway PSUs, low floating stock PSU banks, they are unlikely to deliver market outperformance as valuations catch up with the prices, with either prices coming down or time correction setting in. So we have to summarize on equity. Fundamentals, flows, and sentiments are in our favor. Doesn't mean market will not go down tomorrow, but over a period of time, they will support better returns. Moderate return expectation, most importantly, as some sectors are looking expensive relative to its fundamentals. Between large, mid, and small, the variation will be very low, unlike today where mid caps and small caps deliver double the return of large cap. Now the gap will be very, very low, and hence large and larger mid cap funds will be more appropriate for your investment. From a sectoral point of view, reasonably valued sectors like IT, pharma, FMCG, auto, cement, telecom looks likely to deliver market outperformance compared to more expensive sectors like capital goods, defense, railway, and especially some of the low floating stock PSUs. This is time to stay invested and need not panic because of various geopolitical events. We also remain bullish gold. Central bankers around the world have become like Indian housewives, buying gold aggressively, and that's going to put pressure on gold prices. We also remain bullish duration, the longest possible maturity. We believe gold prices, despite recent correction, is attractive from an investment point of view over medium to long term based on central bank buying. In fixed income space, duration or maturity, the longest possible maturity will be critical to make money. As FPI flow starts coming into Indian debt market, it should result into lower interest rates, and that will benefit long duration product. So Mohit bhai, if I have to summarize, India growth story looks decent. Other countries are in far bigger trouble than ours. prices have corrected, valuations have become reasonable, and this is time to increase allocation to equity, especially when there is a correction. In fixed income, go for duration, and gold as an asset class, silver as an asset class must be a part of investors' portfolio. With this, I'll end my talk, but happy to take your questions.
So, Nilesh bhai,
Yes, Mohit bhai, I can hear you.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, do you think it is the right time to rebalance the portfolio, or customers should wait for market to come up again?
So, Mohit bhai, it will be very difficult to figure out what is the top and what is the bottom of the market. But our view is that this is time to be neutral weight to
Yeah.
equity. Don't be too overweight because long term looks good. For every long term, you have to survive the short term. And at the same time, don't be underweight equity, hoping that some geopolitical event will play out and result into correction in market. Well, that seems to have already happened. So this is time to be neutral weight. Within that, go long large cap, larger mid cap, and underweight small cap. Yeah, Mohit bhai. Mohit bhai, your voice is coming very faint. Can you speak little louder or closer to the mic, please? It's still faint. मेरा तो connection बराबर है. Now it has come proper. वाईफाई नहीं है, मोबाइल पे है. अरे वाईफाई है नहीं, मेरा मोबाइल के ऊपर चल रहा है. कनेक्शन तो बराबर है, वहां से प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है.
वाईफाई कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, मैं सीआईओ को कनेक्ट कर सकता
बट क्यों कनेक्ट करने का, मेरा तो अच्छा चल रहा है ना. वहां से नहीं आ रहा है. आई एम एबल टू सी मोहित प्रॉपर्ली. आई एम एबल टू हियर अदर नॉइज. इसको फोन पे रखते ना, मैं फोन से सुन लूंगा. मोहित जो फोन से बोलेगा मैं.
उनके साइड से कोशिश
नीलेश भाई, आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, अब आ गई, एकदम प्रॉपर आ गई.
अच्छा, नीलेश भाई, मैं पूछ रहा था, एसआईपी और एसटीपी ही ज्यादा सही है अभी, या लमसम भी कंसीडर कर सकते हैं इस लेवल पे?
अगर मोहित भाई if you are invested,
हाँ जी.
then certainly you have to invest lump sum also.
Okay.
But lump sum should be in multi-asset allocation fund, balance advantage fund,
Right.
or asset allocation fund.
Right.
If you are going to invest in equity fund, then it is better to invest via STP or SIP.
Got it. Because See, of course, multi-asset or asset allocation will take care of the upside and downside on the multiple asset classes, and that will be a much wiser for an investor to consider. And anything about which sector you think will be a good sector to consider at this particular scenario, considering geopolitical disturbances and the Indian market growth?
So if we
So if
see
we see
over last
over
three,
last
four
3-4
years,
years,
Mhm.
the defense,
the
railway,
defense, railway,
capital goods
capital goods
worked very
worked
well.
very well.
Yeah.
But
But
now
now
sector
sector
rotation will
rotation
become
will
key.
become key. Uh,
People will
People
have to
will have
rotate
to rotate
sectors
sectors
depending upon
depending upon
valuation and
valuation
other
and other
opportunity.
opportunity.
Right.
Uh,
Uh,
at this point
at
of
this
time,
point
we
of time,
believe
we believe
IT sector
IT
should do
sector
well
should do well
Mhm.
because
because
IT
IT
sector
sector
will
will
benefit from
benefit
US
from US
volume growth
volume growth
Right.
as tax
as
comes down
tax
in
comes
US
down in
company
US company
Mhm.
and
and
they spend
they
money
spend
saved
money
on
saved on
technology.
technology.
True.
Second, we believe
Second, we believe
consumer staples
consumer
should do
staples
well.
should do well.
FMCG,
FMCG,
Oh.
there is
there
uptick
is
in rural
uptick in
demand
rural demand
as
Mhm.
Kharif
as
season
Kharif
was good,
season was
rains
good,
were
rains
good.
were good.
Now
Now
reservoir water
reservoir
level
water
other
level
than
other
northern
than
India is
northern
above
India is
10-year
above 10-year
average.
average.
Rabi crop
Rabi
should be
crop
good,
should be good.
and hence
And hence,
rural India,
rural
where
India, where
large part of
large
Indian
part of Indian
population
population
stays,
stays,
should result
should
into
result into
higher
higher
consumption.
consumption.
In
Hmm.
In
telecom, we expect
telecom, we
tariff
expect tariff
revision to
revision
happen.
to happen.
That should also
That should
benefit
also
telecom
benefit
sector.
telecom sector.
Got it.
So
So,
IT, pharma,
IT, pharma,
FMCG,
FMCG,
telecom kind of
telecom kind of
sectors will be
sectors will be
appropriate at this
appropriate
point
at
of
this
time.
point of time.
Okay. Okay. Now, Nilesh bhai, one question regarding the upcoming or the NFO which has just started today uh, by Kotak AMC, which is like transport and logistics. Can you give a brief that why this NFO and what is there for the investors and what is the philosophy?
So Mohit bhai,
So, Mohit,
the
bhai,
real
the real
challenge
challenge
is
is
India's higher
India's
power
higher
cost
power cost
and higher
and higher
transportation cost
transportation cost
Right.
for the
for the
competitiveness.
competitiveness.
We are not
We are
as
not
large
as large
exporter
exporter
as let's
as,
say
let's
other
say, other
countries
countries
because our
because
transport
our
and
transport and
logistics and power
logistics and
cost
power
remain
costs
higher
remain higher
vis-a-vis others.
vis-a-vis.
Hmm.
Now,
Now,
government has come out
government
with
has come
PM
out with
Gati
PM
Shakti
Gati
Yojana
Shakti Yojana
to make
Yeah.
to make
transportation and
transportation and
logistics costs
logistics
cheaper
costs cheaper
Mhm.
so that we
so
can
that
become
we can become
competitive on
competitive
export
on
side.
export side.
True.
Now, this
Now,
is the
this is the
opportunity for
opportunity for
transportation and
transportation and
logistics sector.
logistics sector.
Yeah.
Today, for
Today,
example,
for
trucking
example,
business
trucking
is
business
with
is with
individual lorry
individual lorry
operator.
operator.
Mhm.
There are very few
There are very
companies
few
which give
companies
you
which give you
end-to-end
end-to-end
solution.
solution.
आप
Right.
माल
आप
बनाइए,
माल
मैं
बनाइए, मैं
आपका फैक्ट्री से
फैक्ट्री से
उसको सारे
उसको सारे
डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर तक
डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर
पहुंचा
तक
दूंगा.
पहुंचा दूंगा.
Hmm.
एक्सपोर्ट करना है
एक्सपोर्ट
तो
करना है
क्लियरिंग
तो
एंड
क्लियरिंग
फॉरवर्डिंग
एंड
करके
फॉरवर्डिंग
शिप पे
करके
ऊपर
शिप
चढ़ा
के ऊपर
दूंगा.
चढ़ा दूंगा.
Hmm.
But globally, large companies operate
But
in
globally,
logistics.
large companies operate in logistics sector.
There is no price for guessing.
There is no
Will
price for
Indian
guessing.
logistics
Will
sector
Indian
go that
logistics
way?
sector go that way?
And once big
Hmm.
companies enter logistics, they will improve efficiency. आपको अगर याद है तो एक
आपको अगर
समय
याद
था
है,
हम लोग
एक
कुरियर
समय
करने
था
के लिए इंडिविजुअल
हम लोग
छोटी
कुरियर
छोटी
करने के
कुरियर
लिए
कंपनी में
इंडिविजुअल छोटी
जाते
छोटी
थे.
कुरियर कंपनी में
मैं
जाते थे.
कॉटन एक्सचेंज
Absolutely.
जाता
मैं
था
कॉटन
कालवा
एक्सचेंज
देवी
जाता
रोड
था
पे
कालवा देवी
कुरियर
रोड पे
करने के
कुरियर
लिए.
करने के लिए.
Hmm.
आज आपको जब
आज
कुरियर
आपको जब
करना है तो
कुरियर
बड़ी
करना है
बड़ी
तो बड़ी
कंपनीज
बड़ी
है,
कंपनीज है,
DHL,
DHL,
एयर फ्रेट
एयर
एंड
फ्रेट एंड
सो फोर्थ.
सो फोर्थ.
Hmm.
तो जो
तो जो
कुरियर में हुआ
कुरियर में
वही
हुआ वही
लॉजिस्टिक्स के हर
लॉजिस्टिक्स के
पहलू
हर
में होगा.
पहलू में होगा.
Right.
And that will
And
create
that will
better
create
growth
better growth
opportunity for
opportunity
listed
for
company,
listed company,
organized company.
organized company.
Got it.
This will make
This
India
will make India
competitive on
competitive
export
on
side.
export side.
Hmm.
Second, the pattern
Second, the
of
pattern
consumption
of
is also
consumption is
changing.
also changing.
एक टाइम था
एक
कि
टाइम
हम
था
और
कि हम और हम
where the
whether
Swiggy and
Swiggy
Zomato
and
and
Zomato and
Insta for our
Insta for
family.
our family.
माँ बाप हुक्म
माँ बाप
करते थे,
हुक्म
जा
करते
दौड़
थे,
के
या
लेके आ,
दौड़ के
और हम
लेके
लोग
आ, और हम
दौड़ते
लोग
थे।
दौड़ते थे।
अब आप अपने
अब आप
बच्चों को
अपने
ये
बच्चों
करके
को ये
देखिए,
करके देखिए,
वो
वो
इमीडिएटली इंस्टा
इमीडिएटली इंस्टा
एंड स्विगी
एंड
एंड
स्विगी
जोमेटो
एंड
एंड ये सब
जोमेटो
भी
एंड ये सब
करेंगे.
भी करेंगे.
True.
So that
So that
cultural change is
cultural
also
change is also
transport and
transport and
logistics.
logistics.
Yeah.
Put all these
Put
things
all these things
together,
together,
there's no price for
the price
guessing
for
that
guessing that
transport and
transport and
logistics will do
logistics
well.
will do well.
We are
We
launching
are
the fund
launching the fund
when markets
when
have
markets
corrected
have
a little
corrected
bit.
a little bit.
Long-term story
Long-term
remains
story
good.
remains good.
Right.
We want
We
people to
want
invest
people to
with
invest
moderate
with
return
moderate return
expectation,
expectation,
and if they can
and if they
invest
can
via
invest via
SIP, that
SIP,
will be
that
even
will be
better.
even better.
Lovely, lovely. Very nice. I think it's one of the very interesting theme the EMC has chosen, considering the opportunity. And you rightly said there are challenges and there are some innovations toward this sector. In fact, when you said recently, I also had an experience about the logistics, about the, I would say the post services, the Indian post services, which earlier used to be very painful. Uh, Out of those 48 lakhs marriages number which we have quoted, I also fortunately got 4 5 wedding cards at my home. While I was at office, there was no one at home. So postman called me up on my mobile, specifically asking about what to do with this. Should I drop you at your office address, which is nearby, or should I give it to the guard? I think we cannot expect these kind of services earlier, and that time we had to chase the packets that where the packet gone, and it used to take weeks or months to get the couriers. But now this process is so smooth. So yeah, logistic is definitely getting improved, and a lot of new solutions are coming up. And we believe the theme which EMC has selected and this NFO is open for next 14 days will definitely be a very good opportunity for everyone to consider as a part of their own portfolio. With this, Nilesh bhai, I am done with the questions from the viewers. Any last message from your side to our viewers about their own
So
investment decisions?
One thing
one thing
I
I
always say,
always say,
Indian equity
Indian
is like
equity is
Patek
like
Philippe
Patek
watch
Philippe watch
advertisement.
advertisement.
You
You
merely, you
merely,
never
you
actually
never
own a
actually
Patek
own a
Philippe.
Patek Philippe.
You
Right.
merely
You
look after
merely
it
look
for the
after it
next
for the next
generation.
generation.
True, true.
Indian equity
Indian
is also
equity is
like
also
that.
like that.
Hmm.
If my
If
father
my
was
father
alive
was
today, I
alive
would have
today, I
gone
would
to
have
him
gone
and
to him
say,
and said,
Papa,
Papa,
when Hindustan
when
Lever,
Hindustan Lever,
Colgate,
Colgate,
Nestle
Nestle
kind of
kind
companies
of
were
companies were
available at such
available
a
at
low
such a
price,
low price,
why didn't you
why
buy?
didn't you buy?
If you had
Hmm.
bought,
If you had bought,
there was no need
there was
for
no
me
need
to
for
work.
me to work.
And my father
And
would
my
have said,
father would
Dekh
have said,
beta,
Dekh beta,
in those days
in
we had
those
no
days we had no
CNBC-Z
CNBC-Z
business,
business,
we had no
we had
Economic
no
Times
economic
Mint
times,
Business
mint
Standard
business
Financial
standard, financial
Express.
express.
We were not
We were
told,
not told,
on webinar
on
like this
webinar
that
like
you could
this that you
invest
could
in
invest in
equities.
equities.
There was
Yeah.
no
There was no
distributor friend like
distributor
Mohit
friend like
Bhai,
Mohit Bhai,
and hence we
and hence
missed.
we missed.
I would have said,
I would have
Father,
said,
okay,
Father, okay,
don't worry,
don't
I
worry,
will
I
not
will
make that
not make
mistake,
that
I will
mistake, I
invest.
will invest.
And I
True,
would have
true,
And I would have
forgotten forgiven my
forgiven
father.
my father.
Now,
Now,
imagine 30 years
imagine
down
30
the
years
line,
down the line,
true.
your kids
your
come
kids come
and you have
and
to
you
say,
have to say,
what will you
what will you
say?
say?
Yeah.
If they say,
If they say,
Papa,
Papa,
Mama, why
Mama,
didn't you
why
invest
didn't
in
you invest in
equity?
equity?
Uh,
What will be our
What will be
reply?
our
We will
reply? We
not have
will
any
not have
excuse.
any excuse.
So
right.
think of
So
Indian
think of
equity
Indian
as a
equity
Patek
as a
Philippe
Patek
watch,
Philippe watch,
buy it for the
fight
long
for
term
the long term,
and stay
and stay
invested.
invested.
Thank you so much, Nilesh bhai. I believe with this guidance of yours, आज जितने हमारे व्यूअर्स हैं इनको एक आंसर तो मिल गया अगले 50 साल बाद अपने बच्चों या ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन को देने के लिए, that we listen to this webinar and we did something right, and their grandchildren will definitely not have this question to them, or if they have, then the grandparents or parents will have a better answer to it. So because they will
Absolutely.
definitely gonna act as per your suggestions and the guidance on the Indian equity. So with this, Nilesh bhai, it's a very interesting session to always be with you, and our viewers are also so excited to hear your valuable thoughts and inputs and the kind of ground level discussion we always have, which directly connects to a layman or to an investor, definitely helps there for their own investing journey. And with this, I congratulate and I wish all the best to Kotak AMC also for this ongoing NFO. Let it be a very good success for the same. And till next time, I would like to thank you for taking out time from your valuable schedule and sharing your thoughts with us. And I will definitely like to see you very soon. Maybe in person, we will have a much better webinar with a much better theme and with much better infrastructure, I would say. Today we face certain hiccups on both the sides, so we'll definitely take it up next time. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, viewers, and thank you, Nilesh Bhai, once again for your
Thank you.
value.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.